Song for a Whale, Chapter 18. I was about to go downstairs for dinner when the message I'd been waiting for came in. Dear Iris, sorry it took so long to get back to you. I was intrigued by your idea right away, but wanted to run it by the rest of the team first. Great news. We will play your song for Blue 55 when we try again to tag him with the tracker. We'll also place a speaker in the deep waters of the sanctuary to see how he responds. I couldn't believe it. The sanctuary staff all the way in Alaska had talked about me and the song I'd made. They liked my plan. I'd been afraid to hope that they'd actually use it. Andy was a real scientist who cared about Blue 55, and she had listened to me. This all depends on whether he's nearby, of course, and if we can find him. No one's heard him singing lately, so we're not sure where he is. Hopefully, he'll start singing again, and if he's around. Ask your parents for permission to give me your mailing address, and I'll be glad to send you a Sanctuary t-shirt. We'll mention you on our Facebook page, and when it's time for the expedition to go out, click on the link to the live webcast so you can see your plan in action. And if you're ever around Appleton, Alaska, no one ever is, but just in case, stop by the sanctuary and we'll give you a tour. I'm so impressed by the work you've done. You're thinking like a scientist. You discovered a problem and worked out a way to solve it. Thanks again for writing to us with your idea, Iris. We're looking forward to trying it out so we can learn more about Blue 55. Andy. I was so excited that I jumped up and ran a circle around my room, stopping in front of the pictures of Blue 55 on my wall. I made a song for you. I hope you'll like it. My hand brushed the picture of the whale's face, then dropped to my side. As happy as I was that Blue 55 would hear the song, it didn't seem right to just watch online when it happened. While the sanctuary staff got to meet Blue 55, I'd be sitting at home in front of a computer screen. That wasn't enough. I should be there when he heard the song. Dear Andy, I'm so happy you're actually going to use the song. Even though Blue 55 has never heard it, it's a song he's looking for. I'm sure of it. Thanks so much for writing back and for inviting me to your sanctuary. I'll ask my parents if I can go soon so I can be there when Blue 55 is. Can I join you on the expedition? I'll be glad to help out. That way you can focus on tracking him, and I'll take care of the speakers and the song. I've been working with radios for a long time, so I'm used to handling electronic stuff. It's almost the end of the school year, so nothing much is going on anymore because we're done learning things, and my parents won't mind me missing a few days of school for such an educational trip. I didn't add that my school sure wouldn't mind if I missed a few days either. I guess that's it for now. Let me know when you think Blue 55 will be there. Iris. Maybe Andy was only being polite when she told me to stop by if I was ever in the area, but I was going. I would meet that whale. As soon as we sat down to dinner, I told my family about Blue 55, how it all started with the video in Sofia Alamila's class, and about Andy and her team that tried to tag him. Mom interpreted some of what I had said for Dad since he didn't understand everything. I tried to slow down for him, but I couldn't stop my hands from flying. Then I told them about all the work I did studying Blue 55's song and how I'd figured out how to make a new song for him with music from school and the Tuner app. And I signed that part slowly and looked around the table to make sure I had their attention. Blue 55 should be near the sanctuary again soon. The staff will try to tag him, and they'll play my song underwater so he'll hang around longer. Really? Tristan signed. That's impressive. That's great you were able to help them, said Mom. You must have worked really hard on that. Dad still looked a little lost, but signed, "Yes." "Great." They did seem impressed, but I wasn't sure they really understood what a big deal this was. Maybe I hadn't gotten across how long he'd been swimming alone and that nothing else sang like he did. They'd get it when I told them the best part. And guess what? Andy, she's the woman who will tag him, thought my idea was so good, she invited me to visit the sanctuary. I left out the part about her saying I should stop by for a tour if my family ever happened to be in Appleton, Alaska. That was good enough of an invitation for me. We had to go. Mom and Dad gave each other a look like they were trying to figure out what to say. Sometimes they tried to talk without moving their mouths when I was nearby, so I couldn't read their lips. Now, it looked like they were communicating silently, though. "That was nice of her," signed Mom. "Maybe someday we'll take a trip to Alaska and you can see the sanctuary." Someday meant never. "But we have to go soon," I explained, "when the whale will be there." "Don't worry," Dad signed. "He has other whales around him all the time, right?" They totally missed the point. If they understood what a big deal this was, they'd take it seriously. This whale was finally going to hear a song like his own, and I'm the one who made it. I was ready to answer any questions they had about Blue 55 or the sanctuary or the song. They didn't ask about any of it. Dad probably hadn't even caught most of it. I should have explained it better. This was the most important thing I'd ever do, and it was turning out all wrong. After a deep breath, I forced myself to slow down when I answered Dad. This would work out if I could be less excited, more patient. But they can't understand him. That's the problem. Even when other whales are nearby, they don't know what he's saying. My hands showed Dad the swimming whale all alone in the ocean, singing, while nothing answered back. Then, one day, there was a song like his. I turned to the side and held a hand up to my ear like I was hearing the song myself. When I finished, Dad looked up like he was thinking about my explanation, then said, "Sounds like that whale needs speech therapy." He laughed at his own joke, then said something else with his face downward. I waved to get his attention, then signed, "What?" He took a spoonful of his chili and signed, "Nothing." That was the one sign he knew well. "It isn't nothing. You mean I'm not important enough to include?" He looked at Mom for an interpretation, but I signed to her, "Don't interpret any more." Dad's chest heaved with a sigh, so he must have understood that part. "What if you couldn't talk to anyone around you? What if you tried, but no one understood?" Dad glanced at Mom again, but she reached for her glass. The water in the glass shook when I slapped the table. Dad sighed, "I can't understand you. You need to slow down." I signed faster. "It doesn't matter what I do. You don't understand anyway. What if your whole life was like this? What if you were that whale in an ocean with no one to talk to?" He shook his head and went back to his dinner. Mom signed to me, "Sweetie, I'm sorry you're upset, but we can't just drop everything and go to Alaska. We'll watch the expedition online. You can invite Wendell over, and everyone will see how you helped the whale." She added, I'll make popcorn. Like that would make everything better." "No! This isn't fair. I'm the one who made the song. It was my idea to play it for him. I'll help pay for this trip." I had no idea what a trip to Alaska would cost, but I had some money in the bank for my repair work. No one said anything for a while, and then Tristan touched my arm. "Hey, it is great what you're doing for that whale. The important thing is that he'll get to hear your song, right? Yes, but I should be there when he hears it. I need to see him. He isn't one of your radios. What? The whale, Tristan signed. I know you don't like to leave anything broken. Maybe make sure that that's not the reason you want to do this. You can't go in there and fix him like he's a radio. I know that, I signed, it like I was smacking the air. What was he even talking about? But I have to go there. I want him to know that someone hears him. I went on like that, not stopping to wipe the tears from my face, signing so fast that Tristan couldn't keep up with me. Maybe even Mom couldn't, but I didn't slow down. I didn't care anymore. I was like Blue 55, shouting into the void of the ocean at a frequency too high for anyone to reach.